Hello, my friends. This is Alex. Welcome to Socialism Survival Podcast number 46. While having many interesting shows before, I wanted to make this one even more special. Well, it is special because due to some changes in my work schedule, I have to make this show completely in a mobile environment, somewhere on the road, in undisclosed location. And you will probably get it only on Tuesday instead of my regular Monday posts. For the future podcasts, I may need to have another day for my show posts. However, I still plan to have something for you at least once per week. In spite of all life difficulties, I thought of you, my listeners. Living in the times of heavy brainwashing imposed on us by current socialist administration, I thought we just need to sit back and relax, having good laugh, forgetting for a few moments all the troubles America has today and will have in the future because of the wrong mass choice that was made in November 2008. I will introduce you to the subject of the show after this short segment of virtual housekeeping and community organizing. Dear listeners and friends, your feedback is very important to me. Therefore, I would like to hear from you. My email address is podcast@socialismsurvival.com. Please keep sharing this podcast with others so that they also could join this great community of socialism survivors. Surviving American socialism with Soviet humor is my subject in this week's show. Socialism brings many hardships and trials to people's everyday lives. It is manifested not only in major nationwide events, but in many little things that our lives are made of, like work, food, transportation, rest, health, communication, etc. After being so serious for so long, I've noticed that many shows lacked good Russian or Soviet humor. To correct that, I have a few funny stories that will make you laugh. But of course not only for the sake of fun, but these stories fit in today's America as well as they used to be very relevant in Soviet Union many years ago. Let's take the economy. In the Soviet Union, when Leonid Brezhnev was the leader of the Soviet Communist Party and our socialist motherland, we used to hear all the time his famous statement: the economy must be economical. Do you think American leaders could learn something from it? I do. If you are aware of what they are doing to American economy, I think Leonid Brezhnev would not be hired here today as presidential advisor on the economy. Okay, let's hear something from Soviet past and possible America's future. Patient talks to psychotherapist. Doctor, lately I am chased by manic worries for the condition of Soviet economy. Don't worry, my friend. There is no such thing as Soviet economy. It simply doesn't exist. It is a myth. Delirium. Did you drink too much vodka recently? Question. What is the exchange rate between a ruble, a dollar, and a pound? Answer. 1 pound of rubles equals $1. Americans purchased Lenin's body and placed it in a little display at the top of the Empire State Building. One day, Lenin gets up, gazes down on New York and says, with a smile of a deep satisfaction, "What a beauty! Exactly as I was telling the comrades what our future would be." After a great October socialist revolution, 3 thankful farmers from faraway village came to St. Petersburg, Russia, to see Lenin and to express their appreciation to great leader for what he has done for them. They brought him bread, cheese, eggs, and other food. When they left, after short conversation, Lenin called his chief security officer and said, with sparks of love and tenderness in his eyes, "We need to thank those men. That one with long beard, hang him up. Another one in long leather coat, shoot him. Third youngest, send him to the labor camp." And Lenin's face once again radiated with his irresistible, charming smile. Here is Soviet army story. 3 soldiers, Ivanov, Petrov, and Sidorov, were on the leave till 6 p.m. At 6:05, commander sees Private Ivanov at the gate. "Private Ivanov, you are late." "I'm sorry, sir. While on a date, I looked at my watches. Oh my gosh, it's 5:30. I ran to the bus stop. Too late. I took a taxi, but it broke on the way. I saw horses in the field, jumped on one, but it died on the way here, and had to run 3 more miles." "Good job, Private Ivanov. You can come in." In 5 minutes, another soldier arrives. "Private Petrov, why are you so late?" "Sir, do not punish me, please. I was on my date when I looked at my watches. Oh my gosh, it's 5:30. I ran to the bus stop, but it was too late. I took a taxi, but it broke down. I saw horses in the field. I took one, but it died on the way here, and I had to run 3 more miles." "Okay, Petrov, get in." Soon, the last one shows up. Private Sidorov, what's your problem? Sir, you won't believe. While on a date, I looked up at my watches. Oh my gosh, it's 5:30. I ran to the bus stop, but it was too late. I took a taxi. Yeah, I know. You took taxi, your taxi got broken, you got a horse, your horse died. No, sir. We had to detour because of two dead horses that blocked the road. In Soviet Union, many single people who moved from villages to the cities searching for work lived in dormitories that usually belonged to the factories that they worked for. In Russian, the word for dormitory literally means common living. Usually, men's and women's dormitories were separate. But at night, young people, ignoring all the norms of socialistic morals, easily found the way to each other. Such a dense concentration of human beings was as fertile ground for many funny stories. Here is a question. What is the difference between men's and women's dormitories? The answer. In women's dorm, dishes are washed after the meal. In men's dorm, before the meal. What was a man's key to women's dorm? A bottle of Soviet champagne. If you came from the village to the city looking for a job with dormitory, you had more chances for a success if you brought favorite Soviet berry. What was favorite Soviet berry? Bribery. If you were stopped by Soviet highway patrol, that kind of berry was the best solution to your problems. If you needed special treatment from Soviet universal healthcare, you better had that berry with you too. Remember, bribery. Let me tell you what jokes and socialism survival have in common. Jokers always were favorites of the kings. Even Soviet tyrant Stalin liked humor. Even in Soviet labor camps, jokers, entertainers, were able to escape hard work and survive. When I was in Moscow detention center for underage, every night was like a jokers competition. Many jokes were about former and present Soviet leaders. While unable to overthrow socialist regime, people expressed their disrespect to Soviet leaders through many anecdotes. It was their declaration of independence from the oppressive socialist system. Socialists eventually learned a lesson, and now in their rules for radicals you can find that when they cannot win the argument, they use mocking the opponent as their weapon. We, as conservatives, need to learn how to fight back with better and sharper jokes. And here is something to learn from former Soviet people. We need to launch successful counterattacks against their liberal, deceitful propaganda while having fun at the same time. Because at the end of the day, people may not remember any political slogans from either side, but they will remember the best jokes. And it should be ours. Thank you for listening to Socialism Survival Podcast. Until next week, this is the voice of common sense and Russian humor. Your Socialism Survival host, Alex.